Welcome to Day 7 of our 2948 Anniversary Special. I'm Sandy Gardner.
And I'm Chris Roberts. So, as you guys know, we're in the, we're heading towards the end of our anniversary event. And if you have an RSA account, you can get into the game right now during this special and try out all the ships that are available to fly on any particular day. Today is going to be Misc, so the Misc ships will be available, all of them, to free fly that are flyable in the game.
Yes, and to discuss their intriguing combinations of human and Xi'an tech, here are John Crewe, Will Weissbaum, Kirk Tome, and Jared Huckaby.
All right, so day 7. Day 7 of our 8-day anniversary special. We are in the home stretch, and today we are talking Misc. And no, that's not miscellaneous ships. That's another day. We're talking about what, Misc?
It's a manufacturer of starships.
What's that stand for?
What's it stand for?
What's it stand for?
I told you not to ask me.
I know, that's why I asked you.
It's Musashi Industrial and Starflight Concern. Yeah, before they were conglomerate. I always mispronounce Musashi.
But who is Misc in the Star Citizen universe?
So they're our big industrial company. Pretty much their bread and butter is making these big, bulky ships that just get jobs done. I mean, they came out of the gate with the Freelancer, and they had that sweet commercial for it, where it's kind of embodied that like truck feeling and that deep voice heading out. So that's one of my favorites. And so they started off as a conglomeration of a bunch of different companies that came together and started they had one company that was known for their great designs and another company that was known for their manufacturing prowess, and this is kind of what they spit out. So even though they are industrial, I think they have a unique sense of style to them. They have these like really nice sweeping curves that go along, so it's kind of versus something like the Orion or some of the other bigger industrial ships.
They're kind of bulbous.
Yeah, they have
a lot of shapes.
A nice tie-in with the Xi'an as well.
Oh yeah.
So, like their engines are very Xi'an styled with that almost orb. Like the bulbous nature of them sort of flows into that, where they've got the not spherical, but sort of the Reliant does, but even the ones that don't, they're very cylindrical.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was kind of what the thinking was. Like back in 2910, the Xi'an approached Misc because they were fans of their ships, and you started seeing them appear there. And that was one of the big first joint efforts between a human corporation, and ended up being the Xi'an doing a tech share with them. So they were the first ship manufacturer, I think, to actually get some Xi'an tech incorporated into them, and then. The Misc core is really cool for that kind of combined technology of the multi-directional thrusters. And Xi'an ships are all about their verticality, and so that's why the Reliant was able to flop directions in a really fun way.
Flop, is it?
Flop directions is the technical term?
Yeah.
Is that what we call it internally? Flop directions?
Flopping.
All right, now there are 20 Misc ships.
What?
One of the more prolific manufacturers.
Not quite Aegis.
Not quite Aegis. Aegis only has 3 more than Misc, but there are only 8 flyable in the game at present. They're lagging behind Aegis in how many have actually made their way into the Star Citizen universe.
What are you guys doing? Come on.
But perhaps at the front of the Misc vanguard, if I can mix my terminology here.
I prefer if you didn't.
You've got the Freelancer and the Prospector. So let's talk about the Freelancer and the Prospector. What's the Freelancer?
So the Freelancer is like the everyman's truck, right? It's like a little trucker. It's got a great cargo capacity for its size. It's really just a tube that you fill with cargo. And it's got some living space at the front and space for everyone to sit up front with a great view for a truck. I'm going to take the bait for the view.
No, I'm better than that.
And it's really well armed for pointing forwards. It's got a little turret on the back for defending, but it's got those, for its size, big guns pointing forwards.
Junker, be real. Is that turret worth anything on the back?
It provides options.
No. That turret's garbage.
You have an option to use it.
I'm just saying it might not have been Misc's
Yeah.
best design choice. I've never seen anybody in one of those Freelancer turrets actually make use of it. Just real talk. Just real talk. All right.
You know, when the heat is on, though, that could make all that difference.
Yeah.
That one.
Especially if you're getting chased from behind.
Those
But
two size 2s.
that said, you know, if you fill up your cargo capacity, or if you fill up your cargo to capacity, I don't believe you actually have access to that.
You can just squeeze down the sides.
But that's where you got to choose between protection and security. At that
Yeah, I
point.
guess so.
All
Or
about
you-
options.
We need to give you the option to opening up the
I'll buy
hatch
that.
and
I'll buy that from Will.
chucking your cargo out of the back.
I mean, that's kind of what because the Freelancer doesn't hold the most cargo. That's not really what it is. It's kind of like for these dangerous routes to getting the more valuable stuff that makes it worth your while to go to the places that, you know, the other ships are going on the main lanes because they're safer.
Right.
You're heading out there on your own.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Coming next month, with Alpha 3.4, we are finally introducing the Freelancer variants to the Star Citizen universe, to the playable Star Citizen universe. That's the the Max, and the Misc.
Yeah.
Let's talk about those.
They've been in the hangar for a long time, never been flight ready.
wait for their time.
When we redid the Freelancer, we just started with the base one, and we always intended to shortly follow up with those others, but we just never ended up doing that. And now we've finally got round to that. So they've all been brought in. You've got the DUR for which I always get a different answer out of whoever I ask. It's either for endurance or durability, but there's sort of they're both.
That's why they named it that, because it encapsulates both those feelings.
That's a
so
good
well.
answer.
Thank you.
But it's
That's
for
Lore Team bullshit right there.
just making it up. It's the Explorer version, so it's got the extended fuel tanks. It sacrifices a portion of its cargo capacity for extended fuel tanks and a bigger jump drive, I believe, so it can go further. We have the Misc, which again sacrifices cargo. It's like a military converted cargo plane that's been
For those extra
fortified.
dangerous runs.
Yeah, like you take a C-130 Hercules and you make it into an AC-130 gunship. It has these two top-mounted missile launchers with missiles that rack up inside. It's got more missiles on the wings.
Okay.
And then the Max, which clues in the name. It's the maximum cargo capacity version, and they've literally taken two of the normal Freelancer Max hulls, taken out the dividing wall and just welded them together.
It's also the
huge
best
cavern of
Freelancer
space.
to take to prom if you want that stretched Freelancer look.
Ah.
You're wondering where I was going with that.
It was.
I'm still wondering where you were going with that.
The joke itself was a stretch.
Yes, it was.
Well, with your formal attire, it'd be perfect.
Yeah, there you go. This is what I'm thinking about.
And so where the Freelancer was the first Misc ship, that we now come to the Prospector, which is the most recent Misc addition to the universe, and something that enables a whole new kind of gameplay. Why don't you tell us about that, Kirk?
Sure, and the Prospector, you're able to mine. And so
Prospector is mine?
it is ours.
Okay.
And in that, the ability to use it, we can mine. So you can mine mineable rocks right now and get precious minerals out of them, and then you're able to use them as a commodity and sell them off. What makes the Prospector special is that it is the only ship that can actually detect the mineable items, whether in space or on planet side.
At present.
Right. Via the ping gameplay that we have. When you do ping out, the blobs show you roughly where mineable rocks can exist. Right now, the other ships don't detect those. They detect entities via EM or IR. But the resource is detectable by the Prospector. And as you get closer to them, they'll appear on your radar. You're able to use your mining laser on them, break them up, and that really fun gameplay that Dan's team has implemented for mining. Because of that, it's a wholly unique ship in our current universe.
And now it can mine not only on planet side, but in space now. They just
Right, for the asteroid mining.
Just got asteroid mining.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Now, that's not the only mining ship we're going to have in Star Citizen.
No.
It's just the one that's available
Yeah.
right now. And new for this anniversary promotion, we've actually created a Star Citizen game package that comes with the Prospector. So in the past, you had to get your Star Citizen, and it came with an Aurora or a Mustang or whatever. But if you're like, I just want a mine, I don't want to fly around, there was no option to just get you the game package and a Prospector. So we've actually fixed that this year. So it sounds like Misc ships. You got Misc ships for cargo, you got Misc ships for mining, Misc ships that do refueling, Misc ships that do news reporting, Misc ships that do science, research, agriculture, Misc ships that do racing. Misc ships really do a miscellaneous assortment of tasks.
Wow, here we go. Yeah.
It's been a long week.
It's been a very, very long week. That's how you know we're on day 7. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to be here and talk to us about the Musashi Industrial and Starflight concern.
You're quite welcome.
Yeah. Cool. I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. We got one more of these. One more.
Thanks, guys. Make sure you fire up the game and check out those Misc ships. Remember, each manufacturer's offering will just be for 24 hours.
Yes, but, and I know you haven't ever heard me say this before.
No.
But the Anvil Arrow is available during the whole length of the promotion, so you do actually have time to fly that, and make sure you do. And also remember to head to the IAE West, the International Aerospace Expo, that is going on right now in Lawville, to check out the ships of the specific manufacturer in-game on the day, which will be Misc today.
And after test flying Misc's full flyable lineup, head to the website to try your hand at our anniversary special quiz if you haven't already. You could be entered into a drawing to win your very own Anvil Arrow.
Yes, so good luck on all that. That is all for today, so join us tomorrow for the final
bundle.
Yeah, the final bundle of our show. Where we feature Consolidated Outland, Tumbrel, and the rest of the best. Or
yes,
the best
of
the
rest. That's right.
The rest of the best.
It's a roundup of all the remaining manufacturers. And until then, have fun, fly safe, and we will see you in the verse.
Thanks for watching. For the latest and greatest in Star Citizen and Squadron 42, you can subscribe to our channel, or you can check out some of the other shows, and you can also head to our website at www.robertsspaceindustries.com. Thank you very much for watching.